Hello everyone, welcome to all. In the previous session, we have discussed about types of displacement sensors. The first one is the potentiometer and the strain gauge and piezoelectric sensor and Hall effect sensor, optical encoder, resolver, and the last finally inductive scene. Okay, these are the sensors which are under the category of displacement. In order to measure the displacement, these are the types of sensor we are using in the most probably these are we are using in the industrial applications. Okay, and in this session we are going to discuss about the types of velocity sensors. Okay, so in the previous session we have discussed about displacement sensor, and in this session we are going to discuss about the velocity sensors. So these are the kinds of velocity sensor: moving magnet type velocity transducer, and the moving coil type velocity transducers, and the AC tacho generators and DC tacho generators. So these four mm, sensors are going to discuss in this session. Okay. So what is meant by velocity sensor? So velocity sensor. So as we know that, so velocity is nothing but the rate of change of displacement. So it's velocity is equals to displacement by with respect to time. Rate is nothing but the rate. It's nothing but the time with respect to with the reference of time. Okay. So the change is displacement with the reference of time. We can call it as a velocity. So it is measured in the length per unit time, or angular velocity. If in case of linear velocity, the the units will be the meters per second, sir. Meters per second. If in case of angular velocity, the units will be the revolutions per minute. Okay, so it's nothing but the revolutions per minute or radians per second. Okay, so radians per second, either revolutions per minute or radians per second. Sorry. So as we know that 360 degrees equals to, so how do we calculate the, how do we transfer the linear velocity into angular angular velocity? So angular displacement, linear velocity is angular displacement. So 360 degrees equals to 2 pi radians. Okay, 2 pi radians. From here the 2 pi radians. So here the 2 pi radians. So 1 degree equals to 2 pi by 360 radians. So by using this formula, we just convert the angular displacement. So in case of analog digital meter, we just obtain the value of degree centigrade. Okay. So in order to calculate the radians, we just we just convert the we just use this formula to convert the from degree centigrade degrees to radius. Okay, and then these are the electromagnetic transducers. So in case of transducer, what is difference between sensors and transducer? Let me describe about. If in case of sensor, if in case of sensor, sir, suppose i need to I need to measure this distance. Okay, I need to measure this distance through this some sensor. Okay, so here one more I just using one sensor as mechanical sensor, which acts as a, it just sense the, it just observe the physical parameter, physical entity, and then transforms into same parameters. Suppose it's a mechanical parameter which is converted into the final output, also mechanical converter, which is such a kind of it like this. So it's a one more shaft here, and which shaft which is, here's one more shaft here. So with, and here one more pinion is there. This is the pinion. So through this worm and worm wheel mechanism, so as we know that this is the worm and this is the worm wheel mechanism. Through this worm and worm wheel mechanism, so what are the displacement, what is the displacement quantity being measured, which is converted into analog? Okay, through the worm and worm wheel mechanism here. Okay, through the worm and worm wheel mechanism, what the displacement has converted into analog. Okay, so this is the in this case the sensor we can call it as a sensor. Why? Because it has no internal circuit to change the physical quantity into digital quantity. So in case of transducer, suppose I have a transducer. So in case of transducer, along with the sensor, I have a some circuit is there. I have a some circuit is there. Suppose a Wheatstone bridge is there. I have a Wheatstone bridge is there. So in case of uh, transducer, it has a capable of converting one form of physical quantity into another form of electrical quantity. So we can, in this situation we can call it as a transducer. Okay, if in case of sensor there is no separate circuit here, in order to transform the in order to convert the one form of physical quantity into another form. So it's just to transform the just transmit the same physical quantity. So if in case of transducer, there is it may be changes the physical quantity into electrical, it changes the energy source. Okay, it changes the energy sources. I hope you understand this one. And then coming to moving magnet type velocity transducer, the most commonly used transducer measurement of linear velocities in an electromagnetic transducer. This transducer uses the voltage produced in a coil due to changes flux linkages resulting from, this is nothing but the suppose. So before going to that, so let me explain working principle of a DC generator. Suppose I have a armature here. I have a armature here, so which is a permanent magnet type, and this is a, I have a one more coil here. Okay, I have a one more coil here. It is which is the north pole, and it is the south pole. Okay, whenever magnetic flux has introduced in the field in this field, so whenever we just make a small displacement to the armature, definitely there will be a EMF, electromagnetic force, induced within the coils. Okay, induced within the coils. Why? Because this magnetic flux is cut by armature. Okay, due to the cutting of this armature, due to cutting of magnetic flux, in there will be a chance of getting EMF here. In the here is the EMF induced. So this EMF will be is nothing but the in the form of voltage, which is converted by the brushes. Okay, converting brushes. Okay, so here we just consider the whether the moving magnet type velocity transducer. So in this case, the sensing element is a rod that is rigidly coupled. Okay, sensing element is rod that is rigidly coupled to a device which velocity is being measured. Okay, so I have a rod here, and which rod is connected to the physical quantity which being measured. Okay, and this rod is permanent magnet. Okay, this is the permanent magnet. So it is the P. So it's the north to south permanent magnet. So this permanent magnet is surrounded by a coil. So I have a coil here on both sides. Okay. The most of the magnet includes a voltage in the coil, and the amplitude of the voltage is directly proportional to the velocity. Suppose in this situation, voltage is given to the, suppose whenever we just give it our displacement, we just give it some motion to the permanent magnet. So due to the permanent magnet, the magnetic waves are like this one. Okay, north to south. Okay, whenever we give the displacement to the permanent magnet, so definitely there will be a chance of getting EMF. Okay, there will be a chance of induced EMF in the coil. Why? Because whenever the current carrying conductor cuts the magnetic flux, obviously there will be a electromagnetic force induced within the material. Okay, so like the same principle, whenever just we just bring a displacement to the permanent magnet. Due to the permanent magnet, whenever the current carrying conductor, suppose a coil is cuts the magnetic flux. Okay, so due to cutting the magnetic flux, obviously there will be a chance of inducing EMF, and this EMF will be EMF will be uh, measured by the voltmeter, some voltmeters. Okay, voltmeters, and then it's converted into digital. Okay, so here the what we need to observe is what are the input of the this kind of transducer. We just give a measure input to the displacement. Okay, this is the shaft. We need to calculate and this shaft is running at a velocity of suppose v meters per second. Okay, so we need to we need to measure the how much velocity the shaft is rotating with. So in the situation, the input is rotational displacement. The output is electromagnetic force, which is converted into the signal volt, which is measured by the voltmeter, as well as which is the entire voltage, means voltage which is converted into the digital. So here there is the energy conversion is there. The initial input is rotational displacement. The final output is digital. Okay, digital in case of digital velocity. Okay, so here the magnet is moving. So if in case of coil is moving, we can call it as a moving coil type velocity transducer. The same working principle here. Here is the moving coil type. I have a permanent magnet here, which is fixed and the north to south, which have a poles of north to south, north and south, and due to the magnetic principle, always the magnetic rays are passing from the passes through the north to south. Okay, like this one. Okay, so a coil is here like this one. I just represent one coil here, and here one more coil here. So I just give a displacement to this coil. Okay, which is connected to the rotating shaft. Okay, this is the shaft. This is the shaft. So whenever the shaft moving with a certain velocity, obviously the connecting moving the coil also moving with the same velocity. So here the permanent magnet is fixed, which is not able to move at any cost. Okay, at any direction. So whenever obviously whenever the coil is rotating a certain velocity, so it getting and cuts the magnetic flux which is produced by the permanent magnet, and it might be a chance of inducing some electromagnetic force within the moving coil. Okay, within the moving coil, and which EMF is produced or measured by the separate voltmeter here, and this voltmeter which is converted into a digital analysis. Okay, this is the kind of moving magnet type velocity transducer and the moving coil type velocity transducers. So these are the moving magnet type velocity transducer. This is the example for the moving magnet type velocity transducer. So here the coil is here. Coil is like this one, and the permanent magnet is a shaft which is connected to the shaft, which is connected to the crankshaft of the. Suppose I just took an example of a crankshaft. So I need to measure the rate of change of displacement is nothing but the velocity of the particular shaft. So whenever the in case of magnet type, the poles are like this one. Okay. The magnetic waves are like this one. So whenever the shaft is rotating with a certain velocity, this flux is cut by this moving. This is this coil. So due to cutting of magnetic flux, definitely there will be a chance of inducing EMF. So up, which is collected by the through this output like a voltmeter. I just a separate voltmeter. I attached a separate voltmeter. So due to this voltmeter, I observed what of the amount of voltage induced within the circuit. Okay. Here the input is velocity, and then output is voltage. Separate energies here. The input is separate physical energy, and the output is electrical energy. So whereas the transducer only the energy sources are getting converted from one form of energy to another form of energy. So you can call it as a transducer. That's why. So it's a one more type. This is the moving coil type velocity transducer. If in case of moving coil type, so here the two polar pieces here, north and south. So obviously, north to south, the magnetic flux will be okay. The north to south, the magnetic flux will be flows like this one. So the water, the mass is connected on arm, and this is the moving coil, which is pivoted at the at this point. Okay, the whenever we give the movement to the coil is like this one. Move it with like this one. Okay, like this direction, oscillation direction. Okay, about the fixed point pivot, to pivot. Okay, so which is oscillating like this one from. Okay, so whenever we give the movement to the moving coil in this magnetic field, so obviously already the magnetic flows are magnetic lines are flows from the north to south in a particular direction in this direction. So whenever this is moving coil cuts this magnetic flux, there will obviously there will be EMF induced within the circuit. So this EMF is obtained by the under voltage. Okay, here the separate voltage here, voltmeter. Due to voltmeter, we obtain the how much voltage in how much in EMF induced within the circuit. Okay, this is the moving coil type. This is example for the moving coil type. The next transducer with the Doppler effect. Okay, the Doppler effect is nothing but the suppose I have a sensor here. Suppose I have a sensor here. This is the sensor. I need to measure the velocity of this particular body. Okay, I have a sensor. This is the sensor. This is the body. Okay, so the body is moving with a certain velocity. Okay, so I need to measure this velocity. So whenever the sensor which having a which type of sensor is ultrasonic or radio beam. Okay, I just to pass some ultrasonic waves. Okay, and I just sending some ultrasonic waves or radio beams over the moving body like this one. So after getting after reaching the whenever we just send the ultrasonic waves to the over this particular body, and after striking the particular body, the waves are getting reflected to the sensor. Okay, so the way of the concept of reflecting to the sensor and strikes the body reflecting to the sensor, we can call it as a setback. Okay, is different from the source frequency. Suppose one more, here two frequencies are there. So first frequency is the source frequency. At which frequency the sensor releasing the ultrasonic waves over the particular body, okay, which being to be measured, which velocity being to be measured. This is the source frequency, okay. At which frequency the sensor releasing the ultrasonic waves over the body. So whenever the ultrasonic waves and strike the body and getting reflected to return to sensor, so which are having some kind of frequency on these waves were having some kind of frequency. So which frequency you can call it as a as usual, the body after striking the body, the waves are reflected like this one, okay. So the frequency of these waves you can call it as a setback frequency. So what is the, if you observe the difference between these two frequencies, so that difference you can measure the, you can represent it, and that difference which represents the velocity, okay, velocity of the moving, velocity of this particular moving body. What you discussed is an ultrasonic or radio beams is made to fall on the object whose velocity is to be measured, okay. So here whose body is to be measured, whose velocity is to be measured, ultrasonic beams are poured or sending over the body as the object is moving. Frequency of the setback signals different from the source frequency. Setback is nothing but the send bank, is nothing but the after striking the particular body and which gets reflected to the sensor. So this is called the send back signals, okay. The difference may be seen as the velocity of the object, okay. The feedback frequency is more than the source frequency. Okay, the one condition is there, we need to understand that one. If the feedback frequency is the returning frequency, okay, return waves frequency is more than the source frequency. Here this is the source frequency. The return frequency is more than the source frequency. In the situation, we need to understand one point is here. That point is the object is moving towards the receiver, okay. So whenever the body object moving towards to the sensor, the feedback frequency are higher with respect to source frequency. If the body object moves away from the sensor, in the situation the feedback frequency are lower with reference to the source frequency, okay. And these are the tacho generators. The sensor that converts the speed of the rotation directly into the electric signal is called tacho generators. This is nothing but the is just conversion of speed of rotation speed into the electric signal. You can call it as a tacho generators. So while in the electrical labs also, while measure the speed of the shaft, we just use the one sensor is the tacho generators, tachometers, which provides the digital values in the for the velocity of the shaft, okay. It is to convert the angular speed into directly dependent voltage signal, okay. Angular speed is nothing but the angular velocity into directly dependent voltage signals, okay. So tooth to rotor variable reluctance tacho generators, it is nothing but the like this one. This is used to measure angular velocity. This tacho generator consists of metallic toothed rotor mounted on the shaft whose speed is to be measured. The magnetic pickup is placed near the toothed rotor and this consists of, is nothing but the so in the Doppler effect in the previous concept, the Doppler effect, this is the source and this is the output. So whenever the source producing some ultrasonic beams, okay, and which is sent to the over the object here. After striking the object, the beams or ultrasonic waves are getting reflected, okay, to the source. This is called as a feedback signal, okay. This is the source frequency and this is the feedback frequency. So if the feedback frequency is higher than the source frequency, the object will getting to move towards to the source, okay. Whenever the feedback frequency is lower than the source frequency, which represents the object is moving away from the source, okay. We can call it as a Doppler effect, okay. In case of taco generators, we have a toothed rotor here, okay. We have a toothed rotor here, and which is moving with a certain velocity, and over there some magnetic pickup, some magnetic coil is there. So, and then like which is connected to the some kind of transformer, set up a step down transformer, and which is followed by an electronic counter, okay. Step down transformer here. So whenever the toothed rotor is uh, moving with a certain velocity in this direction, okay. So in the situation, the magnetic flux are getting stuck by the toothed rotor, okay, and then EMF is induced within the body, and with this EMF is measured, and this EMF is measured is here, one more voltage here, and this voltage is getting transformed into another form, and which is converted into digital, okay. Okay, which is used to measure the angular velocity. This taco generator consists of metallic toothed rotor mounted on the shaft whose speed is to be measured, okay. The magnetic pickup is placed near the toothed rotor, and it consists of housing, okay. When the rod, so this is the similar description about the what I have said. When the rotor rotates, the reluctance of air gap between the pickup and the toothed rotor changes, and rise in EMF induced within the pickup coil. Finally, the output obtained in the form of pulses and wave shapes. The pulses induced are dependent upon the number of teeth in the rotor and the rotational speed. Okay. Suppose when the rotor has n teeth, number of pulses per second is p. Then the speed of rotation is n, RPM. Can be calculated as follows. Capital N equals to pulse per second by number of teeth. Okay, pulse per second. So it has a two kind of waves here. First one is the pulses, and the second one is the waves. Two forms, which produces the two forms. The output obtained is in the form of pulses and waves, wave shapes. Okay. The pulses which are induced are dependent upon the number of teeth. The pulses are depending upon the number of teeth in the rotor. Okay. And the rotational speed. When the speed is known, the rotational speed is calculated by measuring the frequency of pulses. Okay. And when we need to calculate the rotation of speeds or number of pulses, we just measure or observing the frequency pulses. Okay, frequency pulses. Just as I said, when a speed is known, the rotational speed is calculated. Okay, when a speed is known, the rotational speed is calculated by measuring the frequency pulses. Okay, by measuring the frequency pulses, we just obtain the rotational speed. Suppose the rotor has n teeth, like this one. Okay, the rotor has a n teeth. The number of pulses per second is p. Okay, and then the speed of the rotation and capital N is calculated as follows: pulse per second by number of teeth, small p by n in RPS, revolutions per second. Okay, and by multiplying with 60, we can obtain the revolutions per minute. and this is the AC tacho generators. It consists of a rotor which rotates with a rotating shaft and a coil. When the coil rotates in a magnetic field, the EMF is induced. As I said earlier, whenever the coil rotates in a magnetic field, so at any we have a two situation, whether the magnet will be the armature will have you should do moving or rotation, or the coil should be rotational way. The magnet may be in the form of stationary permanent magnet or the electromagnet. The frequency of this alternating EMF is used to measure the angular velocity. The output voltage is rectified and is measured with the permanent magnet moving coil voltmeter. Okay, permanent magnet moving coil, which is obtained as here. Okay, is the AC tacho generator and DC tacho generator. So here the shaft of the speed, sorry, the speed of the shaft being measured, which is connected to the permanent magnet AC generator, and which is coupled to the some rectifier. Rectifier is nothing but the V-stone bridges here, which is having some 4 resistance here, which are applicable for the balancing the voltages. Okay, suppose whenever the one of the resistance it has 4 resistance. Actually, it has a 4 resistance. Suppose at a particular situation, one of the its resistance has decreased its value. Okay, it may be increase its value. So in order to balance the entire circuit, we're using the V-stone bridges. So here's the R1 by R2 equals to R3 by R4, like this one. The left side, the ratio of the left side resistance is equal to the ratio of the right side frequency. Okay, and which is kind of coupled to the, which is connected to the some reluctance or resistance. Okay, and the PMMC, permanent magnet moving coil. The PMMC this is nothing but the permanent magnet moving coil voltmeter. Smoothing circuit. Okay, smoothing circuit or nothing but the way of how does the circuit is being connection. Okay, and C is the capacitance. So here the R is the reluctance, here the C is the capacitance. Capacitance is nothing but the, so in order to initial purpose we need to supply some electrical source. Okay, in the situation we just using the capacity capacitor in this circuit. Okay, in case of reluctance we need to uh, control the magnetic field. Okay, in that situation we just using some reluctance. Okay, and DC tacho generators, in this situation the speed being measured, which is coupled to the this armature, and this is the moving permanent magnet. So whenever we give a displacement to this one, and which is a rotation with a some rotational velocity like this one in the clockwise direction. So whenever the which rotates in some velocity which cuts the magnetic flux which is passed by the magnet, and which some due to cuts the magnetic flux, some EMF is induced within the body, within the armature, and this EMF is collected by the brushes. Okay, which commutator is nothing but is a coupling, is a connecting motor armature to the brushes. Okay, and here the brushes are collecting the voltages and which is passed through the resistance and the moving coil voltmeter. Okay, through the moving coil voltmeter we our voltage is connected to the digital form, and where the output is obtained, or where the output is displayed in a digital manner. Okay, here the mechanical displacement is given as the input, and the output is digital displacement, digital velocity we obtained. In the next class we are going to discuss about a few more sensors here. That's it. Thank you.